So, you want to be a vlogger, huh? It's 2017. Everyone bangs on about, wow, they don't have a 4K television. They can't possibly watch anything in 4K. Let's get real. Recording in 4K gives you many options. For a start, you're future-proofing yourself for all the future. Secondly, if you're recording in 4K, it gives you the ability to then zoom in post if you then want to process the video in 1080. If you're worried about large files, you can record in 4K and then scale it down to 1080. Fact is, 4K is here and it's here to stay. In fact, we're going to be going 6K, 8K soon. So let's bin these HD cameras, get into 4K. The time is now. Treat yourself for 2017. And hey, if you're going to do it, why not just go for it? If you're a vlogger and you want a Sony mirrorless system, this is what you want. This is based on the fact that you're doing mostly video work with occasional photos. This camera is used by the vlogging royalty, really. I mean, you got Fun for Louis. Ben Brown used to use this before he switched over to Canon, but this is what he used to use before. Mars Bars uses this. George, good old Benson, uses this. I mean, if that's not enough recommendations, I'm not sure what is. It can take pictures, of course it can, but it's low megapixels, so if you're doing more photographic work than video, I wouldn't recommend this. Let's wait for the next one. But if you're mostly video, this is the one for you. Don't get me wrong, it's not cheap, but you want to be a vlogger, you got to spend the money. Also, talking of spending money, Team Overkill, Jon Olsson and Marcus, they've just brought one of these for a lot of their low light work. They've got an 8K red camera as well that they use for a lot of the shots, but this is what they're using for a lot of the indoor stuff as well. And my word, if it's good enough for them, it's good enough for you. So £3,129, but you can find it a lot cheaper if you shop about. You're going to need lenses, you're going to need to spend money, but once you're set up, you're going to be good for quite some time. But hey, you're spending that much money and you're also into photography. Is there something out there in the Sony mirrorless world that can take pictures and be a great vlogging camera? Well, I'm glad you asked, because there is. It's the A7R II. This is great if you're sort of 50-50 on the fence. You want to be able to, you know, if you're going to spend that much money, you want a damn good camera as well. You want to be able to go out for the day, out for a weekend, just specifically to take pictures. This isn't the sort of thing where you just have it in your bag just in case. You plan a day, you go out, you take photos. Stick with the A7R II. It also does fantastic 4K video, but it gives you then that ability for some very sexy photos indeed. And both of these cameras have 5-axis built-in stabilization, so they really are. And at 42.4 megapixels, you will be seeing every single hair on that face. Very expensive options, very good options. But there's a new little runner. If you are more on a budget, let's have a look, because we have the A6500 now, which has, I hope, got rid of a lot of the 4K issues with regards to heat build-up. So if you are on more of a budget, this also has a touch screen and image stabilization built in. So man, this is an outstanding 4K package if you want to save a bit of money. It's not going to be as good as low light as the A7S II, of course it's not, it's half the price, but bang for buck, this is hard to beat. I'm going to chuck the A6300 in there just as a kind of a wild card. It's good if you're doing 4K in bursts. It overheats. It's not my favourite camera. It doesn't have 5-axis stabilization, but if you can pick one up used at a very nice price, you might be able to save a fortune. But let's face it, guys, we know what you want. It's the A7S II. As usual, guys, it's been emotional.